I'm actually not the one playing because of where I'm staying doesn't have Wi-Fi, but I wanted to do one of these streams. So, hence why there's just a lot going on, but that's okay. Hence why I just wanted to do this, just for the sake of doing it, you know. Yeah, but everything's gonna be fine. I hope. Anyways, welcome. I'm not gonna be talking that much. And just reading some things. Alright, yeah, so I haven't really uploaded in a while, but I have a lot of ambitious plans, but I say that a lot, so. But I never stopped uploading something at some point in time, right? Most of the time I've been recently I did stream for a little bit, this new series that I've been working. I might change the name though. I do want to continue that because I like streaming GTA especially. I also really enjoyed when I would play a game and beat the game on stream. That was always fun. I did Vice City and Bully. I don't know what I would do next. I really want to do San Andreas, the definitive edition. I don't know. You know, you kind of know what my forte is. Anyone who's been here knows what my forte is when it comes to games. Therefore, you know, I'm not going to be playing like Skyrim or something, although, you know, I've considered that, but my forte. So, I don't know, I typically stick to Rockstar, and there's a lot of games I would love to stream. But thing is, this is a really busiest time of my life, and I also had talks I kind of wanted to start. I also wanted to dip my toes back into podcasts a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, and stream it and stuff. Ideally, I'm going to be working full-time, and a full-time job, full-time student, but I also want to balance a little bit of, and living basically on my own, and I want to balance that with some streams and podcasts. I don't know if I can have that mentality to do it, but I'd love to try, you know. Otherwise, I'll just come when I'm feeling up for it, you know. There's always something, so, yeah. I do want to change the name of this series, though. This is episode 9, but, again, I don't like the renewal thing, because eventually that name's gonna run out, so I think I might change it. Yeah, I think I might change it. I don't know. It really depends. Yeah, so I'm excited. Just a lot going on. So I'm sorry if I don't seem a little bit like myself. Yeah. But have no fear. Yeah. So I don't talk a lot either. It's also I'm not mentally fully there right now. But please don't worry about it. Just stressed is all. But yeah, I think it's fine. I'm not too worried about it. There's a lot to be worried about, but not that. Yeah, so enough about me. I'm sorry. Some GTA. What does that mean? What do you install? Oh. Okay, we're gonna get some competitive action here. But yeah, so I'll just really quickly say it. No worries. But I'm bringing this episode. You know, I think the last time we did this. Oh, geez. How long has it been? We did do one in 2022 already, but it was early on in the year. I'm gonna check for sure. I don't know how long for sure. Also, I don't even know how long this stream's gonna stay up before it gets taken down for some reason. Yeah, episode 8 was 6 months ago. Yeah, so. And it was only like 52 minutes long. I don't know how long. I don't plan on it. This is gonna be a short one. It's kind of just a quick comeback. But you know what? GTA. As much as I can sit here and shit on Rockstar, and trust me, there's lots of reasons to. I do love the definitive edition, although I do say that they could have done a lot better. Um, yeah, a lot of them I can shit on them for, but you know what? They just make high quality games. Their remasters suck, and they ignore GTA 4 on its 10-year anniversary. Because 3, Vice City, and San Andreas all got, they all literally got 10-year anniversary. Okay, it was mobile, but still. And then for GTA 3's anniversary, they just kind of gave them all a 20-year anniversary right then and there. 20 years. I cannot believe GTA 3 is over 20 years old. Vice City is 20 years old now. San Andreas is going on, what, 18? And GTA 4 is going on... When did GTA 4 come out? Okay, so 14. GTA 4 is going on 14. And GTA 5 is going on 10... Yeah, going on 10 next year. To think that it's still the most modern title in the series... Yeah, it is. It's in terms of Grand Theft, in terms of like the new Grand Theft Auto. I mean, the trilogy doesn't count because it's just remastered. And I guess overall, Red Dead would be their newest title, Red Dead 2, but which I can go on and on about because I love that game. But the point is I think GTA 5 came out 9 years. Oh my god, GTA 5. I think if I got my math right and the years right, I think GTA 5 and GTA San Andreas are as far apart as GTA 5 is for now, and you see how much of a difference there is. And in between that span of San Andreas and 5, Rockstar released GTA, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, smaller games, but something. 4, Chinatown Wars, again, a smaller game. Not 4. 4 is not a small game, but a whole-on title. The Ballad of Gay Tony, Lost and Damned, the episodes from Liberty City, all that. And I think they released a Max Payne, they released a Red Dead, I think Bully came in there too. All of those games in a short amount of time. And in that same span of time after GTA 5, we got what, just Red Dead? I think just Red Dead, that's it, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Red Dead's probably one of the best games they ever made. Probably is.
Hand.
Your hand?
It's just water evaporating.
Oh. Your hand is basically water now after all them dishes. But yeah, look, don't get me wrong, it's great, but like at the same time, no, there is no it's great, but at the same time, the fact that they released so much in such a short amount of time, well, I guess not a short amount of time, 9 years is a long time, but because when San Andreas came out, trust me, gaming was not on my mind. I wasn't even, I guess food and sleep and toys were on my mind, I guess. I was just like 2 years old. No, 1. I was 1 when San Andreas came out. Jesus. It's kind of crazy to me. Damn, time flies. But yeah, so GTA 5 has been the main source for the newest one for GTA. I put up a poll.
Yep, try this.
No, thanks.
No, it's really good.
Did you wash your hands? Is that clean?
Huh?
Is that clean? You wash your hands and everything?
Yeah, I just washed my hands.
Okay, fine. I didn't wash mine, so I'm such a hypocrite.
Well, I mean, I was holding my shoulders like this, and I have armpits, but and I cut the steak up, so there you go. I just don't want to tell you, just so you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good, though.
Yeah, I'm making an Asian dish right now. I love it. It's so good.
Asian dishes, yeah. Man, they know how to cook. In Europe, too. In Africa. Yes. I've had some traditional African dishes. Really good. I guess a lot of cultures have good foods. Anyways, I'm getting completely off topic. Yeah, so GTA 6. So, okay, I was talking about this. I didn't get into the GTA scene until a little late anyways, and it feels like a long time. I can't even imagine how those people who were in it since like day one, So my journey with GTA was kind of like around 2015. I was in 6th grade. So this is 2 years after it came out, because I was only in 4th grade when GTA came out. GTA 5 came out, right, mind you. And I'm going into my 2nd year of college, just to put it in perspective. how long it's been. But literally, GTA 5 came out when I was in 4th grade. So I got into it in 6th grade, but I didn't have online at that time. I just played story mode for the first year, which is a tradition I hold. When Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, I got that right like a month after launch or whatever. And I will not touch online until, now mind you, online was a disappointment to begin with, but at that time, there was hope. And it was new, so... But I wouldn't touch online until I beat story mode. And let me tell you, oh god, I could go on a whole gushing rant about that, because, Arthur Morgan, beautiful. But, anyways, what was the point I was making? Oh, yes. So then I got into GTA, and then in 2016 I started online, so I was really late. I guess now, anyone who's been on since 2016, that's kind of rare itself now, but, yeah, Nick and I, we both got on around that time. And, yes, I used to watch, I was a little kid, okay, like 7th grade, or an early teen, and I watched the clickbait Mr. Boss of the Win. I watched him a lot back then, like every day. So he got my mind kind of fucked up when it comes to GTA stuff, because he's very much so an optimist. I thought he was an optimist at that time, but I realize now he's just maybe more of a clickbait artist, I guess, if you want to call it art. But regardless, I watched him, and I was dead set that 2021 was going to be when GTA 6 came out. It sounds so crazy now, right? So crazy. But back in 2016, 2021 was still 5 years away. I was like, okay, let me make sure I got that math right. 2016 was 5 years after, right? Yeah, okay, good. I'm not very good at math. But 2016 was... I was dead set that it was going to come out then. Well, I was wrong. Yeah, I was completely wrong. Basically, the reason I thought that was I was like, okay, they're going to release a trailer in like 2017, 2018. But then in late 2016, they released a trailer to Red Dead, and I was like, well, it's going to hold GTA 6 out for a while. But I was thinking we'd probably get a trailer around 2018, and then it would come out in 2021. I was like, three years after the trailer. That made sense to me in my mind, and I think it made sense to a lot of people. And I held on to that belief. Even in 2018, I still thought it was possible. Going in, like, so in 2018, I put up a poll up on this platform called Amino. I don't use it. I haven't used it in a long time. But at that time, it was like, it's a good platform. I think they added ads to it, though. I think. I don't quote me on that. Which is weird. I don't think... Yeah, social media platforms have ads, but they blatantly stop you from doing what you're doing. I think it's Amino. Don't get me wrong. I could not be, but they blatantly stop you. They stop... Sorry, I'm so sleep deprived. I was up so early today. I'm normally not this bad at talking. They stop you in whatever you're doing, texting somebody, browsing. They don't just, like, you don't scroll past an ad like you do on most social media platforms, and this might not even be Amino. I could be shit-talking a platform, and it could be wrong. And it'll stop you, and it'll pop up, an ad will pop up. But anyways, that's not neither here nor there. So they basically, I put up a poll in the GTA community, I guess it would be, asking when GTA 6 would release, or was it a trailer? I think it was release. And the options were 2020, which even I didn't believe. I thought that was too early. 2021, which, again, I was dead set at that. And this is in 2018. I think mid to late 2018, I was dead set that was the most realistic time, even though at that point it was only 3 years away. But I was like, we could get a trailer any day now. And then or we can get a trailer in 2019. I was like, okay. And then it released in 2021. And 2021, actually, that's what I was dead set on. But if I'm not mistaken, 2022 ended up winning. I think more people thought 2022, and I was like, no, it's not going to come out that late. Little did I know. I even had 2023, and I was like, that's really late. Little did I know. I thought 2022 was too late for the game to come out, but little did I know, we wouldn't even have a trailer. As of August of 2022, we still don't even have a trailer, right? Now, Rockstar earlier this year did come out and say that, yes, they're working on it. Oh, yeah, well, as if we didn't know. And then there's leaks and all that. But, I mean, the leaks have been pretty consistent. But, you know, at this point, I mean, maybe 10-year anniversary will get, like, of GTA 5. I mean, what are they going to release a remaster of GTA 5? I mean, the game is still literally, like, played. It was remastered, 700 times. Um, anyways, so what's the best thing to do? Release a GTA 6 trailer. Nothing else beats that. Rockstar, if I see a video, it better not be like, celebrate GTA 5's 10-year anniversary with GTA for Switch. Actually, GTA 5 for Switch, I would be okay with that. But that's one of the few things. But celebrate this with new clothes, celebrating Grand Theft Auto 5's 10-year anniversary. I'd be so pissed. What I should see is GTA 6 announcement trailer, you know? But no, I don't think anybody expected it to take this long, that I talked to. Maybe I was too optimistic with the time, but this is getting a little ridiculous. I mean, how some people even think a Red Dead 3 is going to come out before GTA 6. I don't know, that's kind of crazy. But, I mean, I would take a Red Dead 3, don't get me wrong, but I really would take a GTA 6, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of the state we're in with Rockstar. They released the GTA Definitive Edition last year, and it was, oh god. Listen, I liked it still, and I'm glad, you know, it's better, but there's problems. There's problems with it. It was rushed. It is better now, but it was still just rushed, and they're so lucky that those games were good to begin with, you know. Those games were already good to begin with, so. But the studio kind of just, yeah. But then again, the people who made the masterpieces of Red Dead and stuff, I think Rockstar North, they weren't the ones that did that. But still, the fact that they let that go through, like the top hot dogs, you know. But it was something. Don't get me wrong, it was something. But I remember back in 2018, I was hoping they would do something for GTA 4's 10-year anniversary. But to nobody's... Well, actually, I was surprised they didn't. It's like they forget that game even existed or something, you know? And I was a really big GTA fan back then. I still am a big fan, but I haven't been keeping up with the updates and online. I just... Life hits, you know? Life happens. But back then, I was... that was big for me, was GTA, you know? That was my escape, you know? From mental illness and all that stuff. I don't want to get into a pity trip, but you know, video games were an escape, and I just love GTA. This like virtual world, you know, where everything is just good, you know. Okay, not good. I mean, you're smuggling drugs, but good in the sense that, you know, you get to do things without consequences, which obviously you wouldn't do in real life. Although some arguments would have been made, you know, by people like Jack Thompson, if any OG GTA fans remember him. And no, I'm not an OG fan, but I am an OG fan. Does that make sense? Because I'm not in the sense that I wasn't around since the beginning. You know, I wasn't around since San Andreas days, and GTA 5 was my first game, so you'd call me and I wasn't even on time for that game. I was late. But here's the big but. I was so into the series, I collected all the old games after, and I went back and played San Andreas, Vice City Stories, and Vice City, and Liberty City Stories, and 4, and I actually had a big fascination with 4 for a while. And I got into the trivia of it all the time. I knew all the I can still name all the protagonists from 3 up. I didn't really do much about the 2D universe, so I guess you can call me not educate because I don't know that, but 3 was Clyde, but we didn't know his name until San Andreas. We didn't know his name during the whole game of GTA 3. But we found that out in San Andreas because of Catalina. Vice City, Tommy Vercetti, who can forget Ray Liotta. Didn't he pass away? I think he passed away recently, but he had problems with Rockstar during that time. But I think he passed away recently. But this wasn't his best known role. For me it was. But he had other roles too. And I'm blanking on it now, but I'm sure anybody can correct me on that. San Andreas, who can forget CJ, you know. Who played CJ? I was gonna say what's his name? Sean Fontino, but I think he was Franklin. Young Melee, is that his name? No, I don't know. I don't remember. But he had some kind of relation to Franklin, the guy who played Franklin, I think. I don't even know. I don't remember who it is in real life. I don't need to know their real life names. I just know CJ. Whereas Clyde went from San Andreas to Liberty City with Catalina, and she betrayed him. You know, Tommy Vercetti was in jail. You know, the Forelli family released him as kind of their pet, and then he kind of built himself up, and they didn't like that. You know. Lance Vance, all that. I don't want to spoil it, but I actually have a walkthrough on my channel, not a very good one. I made back in 2020 during the early part of the shutdown, around April of 2020. So it's on my channel if you want to watch it. That's like, I think it's like 7 to 10 hours of gameplay, and me talking during it. I also did the same thing with Bully last year. Again, not very good quality, but great game. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. San Andreas, CJ came back to Los Santos from Liberty City after 5 years on the East Coast, because his mom was killed. I'm trying not to spoil it, guys, but these games are as old as I am. If you don't want spoilers, you can leave, but that's like spoiling the end of the Revolutionary War. Everybody knows what fucking happened. But I'm just kidding. If you haven't played it, though, for real, though, I recommend it. It's gonna be hard to play because of the technology thing. That was hard for me, too, but I just love the series so much. San Andreas is probably the best out of all that I've mentioned so far, or before it. Man, I'm geeking out talking about this because I used to talk about it all the time, but in recent years, I haven't had a reason to talk about it. So I might blank out a little bit. Then Liberty City Stories came because they really pushed it with San Andreas, and I guess they needed some portable games, and Rockstar was high on their phase back then and was releasing games. They couldn't milk one game like they do now, but anyways, I hope you can hear me well. Is the audio good, Nick? I can be heard clearly? Okay, great. Nick's the one playing. He's the one providing gameplay. I'm just talking. Which is great, because I can just go on and on. This is why I should start a podcast. I can just go on and on and on, I do better when there's nobody around. There's people around, so I'm kind of like a little bit pause, Also, I didn't prepare much before this. I kind of just said, hey, I want to do this again, because it's been 6 months since I've done it, and I can't really do it on mine. But I'll make a comeback at some point. I don't know. I have so many ambitious plans, but we'll see what goes on. I don't know. Take my mind off of the pen. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways. So that brings Liberty City Stories follows Tony Cipriani, who's like this old fat guy in GTA 3. but he's the main protagonist of Liberty City Stories. And he's the main character there. And then Vice City Stories, which you can swim, by the way, being the only other game in the 3D universe besides San Andreas, so you can do that. Just checking my phone really quickly. You did? Ooh. Being the only one. Yeah, so... But it was only for a temporary amount of time. The game was great. Didn't age well, I guess, but, actually, it was one of the better of the older games in terms of how well it aged, but, the remaster, it's really shown. But that follows Victor Vance, who is in Vice City in the opening cutscene, but has correct me if I'm wrong, but like a Colombian accent, because they couldn't get the same voice actor. But I feel like they should have just got another voice actor who can mimic that, because I don't know how someone who goes like talking like this goes to talking like this. I'm not making fun of accents here. I love the accent, both of them. But at the same time, at the same time, it's just not very consistent. Which is what led people to be like, did he actually die? Because that's not the Victor we know. But we knew that was Lance with him, and Lance himself is a big name. But yeah, he plays Victor Vance, and he's discharged from the army because of his corrupt boss. I don't know what his official position is, but yeah, and then you seek revenge and all that, build empires. It's a pretty good game. It's kind of forgotten about. It's hard to get. It's actually a really hard game to get a hold of. So when I got a hold of it, I jumped on the opportunity when I was down in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I jumped on the opportunity at a game store because I've been looking for it. It was on the PS Vita game store, that's how I got it first, but then when I went back, only Liberty City Stories and Chinatown Wars there, and I was like, what? Because I deleted the game like a stupid idiot, so when that came back, there was GTA Advance in there too, by the way, but I don't want to talk about that. I think the protagonist, his name was Mike. Yeah, such a great name. Anyways, the only top-down GTA game I really enjoy playing, and I haven't put much time in much of them, but there's Chinatown Wars. I'll get to that though. Which brings us to the HD universe. They split them into different universes, and Yeah.
Hey, Caleb.
Hi. Oh, you can talk. I don't care.
Okay, hey.
Wow. He's rubbing his nipples. And it was already unprofessional. There's an AC right behind me. It's not something you want to be doing. I'm sure it's picking up that, Nicky, right? You can hear the AC in that, right? Pretty clearly. Yeah. I could fix it with the game, but like, nah, I don't care. Not professional enough. But I really loved podcasting. I just failed at it. But I would love to. Some of my goals someday, one of my big goals is to have a successful podcast, you know. It's professional enough where it can be, but it's unprofessional enough where it doesn't have to be, you know? That probably made no sense to anybody, but anyways. So in the HG universe, that's so that brings us into, hold on, I'm just reading something. It says, bro, I'm telling you, a Gemini cannot date a Scorpio. They're compatible when Venus aligns with Saturn and emits toxic aura. Okay. Anyway, so follows Nico Bellic. I'm sure everybody... I forgot. Oh my god, you guys are gonna hate me for forgetting the actor who played Nico Bellic. But Nico, the actor, had a similar situation to what Ray Liotta did for Vice City, and there was some... They didn't feel like they were getting paid enough based on how well the game did, and this and that. So, Nico Bellic, I think he's the first protagonist with not born in America. Let me think about that. Out of the main ones, I'm not talking about, like, let's not talk about the 2D top-down ones, but that I know of, yeah, he was the only one, yeah. And you can tell I love his accent. Everybody loves his accent. His down-to-earth, you know, American dream type of thing. And he comes and his cousin Roman gives him that. But Nico built his own dream. Sure, it was illegal and debatably immoral, depending on how you played the game. But, yeah, he still did it. Going around Liberty City. Yeah, so people I didn't actually beat GTA 4. I'm embarrassed to say that, but... And then episodes from Liberty City, I think, came before Chinatown Wars. Or maybe not. Maybe around... They came out, I think, maybe around the same time. The Lost and Damned follows Johnny Klebitz, I think, if I remember correctly. It's kind of a cool dynamic, running a motorcycle gang and, like, going in formation and all that. That was a pretty good DLC. And then one of my personal favorites, The Ballad of Gay Tony. It just kind of turned... It kind of... San Andreas-fied, or at that time, yeah, San Andreas-fied GTA 4. We probably have no idea what I mean. Basically, what I mean is, GTA like, the 3D Universe 3 was kind of normal in the sense, like, it wasn't over the top. Missions were pretty basic. And then Vice City, it got a little crazier, and then San Andreas, it just was, like, over the top, you know, stealing jetpacks, jets breaking into the military base, you know, 3 cities, casinos, gambling, robbery, you know, gang turf, this, like, it was just so ambitious. GTA 4, they took a smaller map, although they originally planned on a bigger map, focused more on the little things, more on the story, which is great, but a lot of people miss that craziness. Hence why a lot of people find GTA 4 boring, but also there's like a cult-like following behind that game, so I could get shot for saying that. But Nico Bellic is going to personally come shoot me for saying that. But essentially, The Ballad of Gay Tony was like their version of like kind of spicing it up a little bit more so what we were used to before that and what we're now used to with 5, although 5 is... Online has gotten so carried away that it's... But anyways, there was a mission that kind of exemplifies that, where you're like jumping out of a plane, which I think it was a plane, right? Which in GTA 4 that was a rare thing, whereas, you know, it's such a common thing, you know. But I ate a tree. This is the new Cayo Perico race. I don't know how you pronounce it. Yes, and then came Chinatown Wars, which, well, that game was unique in the sense, like, if you hijacked a car, sometimes you'd have to, like, use a touchscreen and turn the lever, or I don't know, whatever you gotta do to hijack it. But my favorite thing was I would buy scratch-off tickets. I thought that was great, you know. That's kind of when I knew I had a gambling addiction. There's so many signs pointing out my gambling addiction, but I've been able to control it just by not doing it, because once I start, I can't stop. Part of the reason that I don't buy scratch-offs is because most places just take cash, and I pay by card, so thanks to that simple fact. That little simple thing is stopping my gambling addiction. So I'm grateful for that. Plus, scratch shots are so fucking confusing. At least in Chinatown, where they were pretty simple. But yeah, it was really unique in that sense. It was top down, but it was unique, and it uses the modern HD Universe's world, and it was unique in that sense. And I think it was a great concept, you know. Which brings us to our current one. I cannot believe I'm saying current. It's been that long. Correct me if I'm missing any, but 5. Which, by the way, fantastic game. It's my favorite in the series, which I know I'm going to get killed for saying that, but just in terms of content and all that. And yes, I included online in that situation, but because trust me, I put so much time into online. I don't play it much anymore, but yeah. So I just have to definitively say it. 3 characters: Franklin, Michael, Trevor. Franklin was my favorite. I think it's partially because I bounce back and forth between Trevor and Franklin. I don't hate Michael by any means. I pick C, like any reasonable person would. Because, you know, I don't want to kill anybody. I like Trevor because, you know, he just doesn't care, and that attitude I envy because I always care too much. And Michael cares too much. So you think I'd relate to Michael, you know, always trying to care, make things, you know, right, you know, went down the wrong path, you know. Kind of views his life like a movie, kind of like I do at times, which probably isn't healthy, but I always envied Trevor because he just didn't care, and I just love that. And I almost didn't feel bad about doing, like, I always had a moral compass playing GTA, which is stupid, I guess, but with Trevor, I kind of threw that out the window, you know, because it fit his character so much. You know, you don't see Franklin going around massacring gangs, but Trevor, that's just a normal Saturday, you know. So yeah, there was that, and then I did get into online a lot. So, but yeah, does that answer your question? I hope it does. I hope that answers the question. Let me check the comment, see if it. Okay. That was like a 10-minute rant, I guess. So. So, yeah. I'm just checking my phone. Jesus, there's a lot of streaks I'm missing out on. Oh my god. I was good at streaks at one point in time. Delma may have a texting, just watch the game here. Just checking out my, yeah. Okay, so it did answer the question. Great, thank you. I'm glad it did.